Let's talk about the benefits of intermittent fasting. So I'm doing what's about a 16-8 ratio, where there's an 8-hour window of eating and there's a 16-hour window of digestion. And let me tell you what the benefits of this are. One, first off, I have a lot more free time now. So instead of spending 3 to 5 times a day sitting down to having meals and snacks, I just kind of spend that time eating during my 8-hour window, where I have snacks around, I'm preparing food, I'm cleaning up the food, I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat. And then for the 16-hour break, I don't even have to think about it. So I actually have a lot more free time, and I'm finding that I'm getting a lot more things done. So the time window that I've been using is about 9 a.m. to say about 3 p.m. or so. It changes. Some days it's 2 p.m., some days it's 4 p.m. On the occasion when I get it to 6 p.m., I actually notice I don't feel as well as when I've actually narrowed my window to 2 o'clock than when I extend it down to 6 o'clock. Now, what I'm really noticing, I'm also sleeping tremendously much better. So I notice I wake up, I'm less puffy in the face. Who can relate to that? That's kind of going away. And I'm also sleeping a lot better. I just feel a lot heavier. I notice if I eat late in the day, and that's after 5 o'clock, but especially if I eat at like 8 o'clock, I can feel my heart racing, I can feel my temperatures elevated, I can actually feel my body's going through a digestion process. But if I stop eating at my last meal at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, what I actually find is my body, by the time I'm ready to go to bed, is ready to rest. It does not need to continue to be in an active digestion state. Another benefit is if I'm eating during kind of this 8-hour window or so, and you could do the math of whatever that 9 to 3 is, I'm finding the second half of the day, I'm prioritizing hydration. So I get a lot of water in, and this is really, really good. It's really good to drink water. Sometimes I'll add a little elderberry to it for some immunity support. I'll drink some teas, scratch the honey, which I used to do, a little bit of lemon juice, but even so, I try not to add the lemon juice to the water much later than say after 6 or 7. Not even, I don't add it that late. Try to have my lemon water earlier in the day, but I'm mostly hydrating the next half of the day. So in addition to having more free time to do things and not focus on just preparing and making food and sleeping better, I also feel a lot more clear in my mind in the way I'm thinking. So that second half of the day, when I'm just not working on digestion, my mind seems so much more alive and awake and engaged in what I'm doing. Because what I do find is once I eat something, or if I've eaten something and I know I'm going to eat something a couple hours later, my mind's a little bit foggy. I'm sort of in this kind of, it's not quite a walking food coma, but it's something where my energy is going into handling all the rush of sugar in my body or digesting the food. But by the second half of the day, I'm actually just a lot more calm, a lot more focused, and I'm just able to think a lot clearer, and I really didn't think that would happen. Another benefit of this is also I give myself permission to really eat what I want during that 8-hour window, which I already practice a whole food, plant-based, vegan, gluten-free diet. So I eat pretty well, but I'm just like a little less harsh on myself of what I actually do eat, because I give myself my body a break the rest of the day. Now, I'm choosing nourishing foods because my window for eating is a lot smaller, so the opportunity for eating is not as often. So I really do prioritize that I'm going to eat healthy foods. So there's sort of this balance of not really worrying too much about what I'm eating, but also still prioritizing eating nourishing foods, so that way I can optimize how I'm feeling. I'm already feeling great from the extra sleep, from the deeper sleep, from the clearer mind. So just nourishing myself is just another way to optimize how I'm feeling. Now, there's always this benefit of looking at food and doing the intermittent fasting and managing weight. And I'll tell you, it's yes and no, because on the days where I like to eat my corn chips, which I've decided I need to bag eating corn chips entirely, but I really do like tortilla chips, I don't necessarily feel like I'm managing weight. But for the most part, I don't find that I'm necessarily gaining extra weight from doing intermittent fasting, and it's helping to moderate my weight much better. So I highly recommend this is something to try. A book that I find has been really great in encouraging me to try intermittent fasting in a very healthy way that's focused on nourishment as opposed to being focused on dieting is this book, Plant-Based Nutrition. This is an idiot's guide to practicing a vegan diet, but they have a really great section that encourages you to extend the window of fasting every day, to possibly skip a meal, which I've chosen to skip dinners. I just highly, absolutely recommend this book. So thanks for watching. Click the like and subscribe button below and let me know how it's going for you if you've been trying intermittent fasting too.